and welcome to the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center. Tonight, Video Productions presents an outstanding high school basketball game. It's the Princeton Tigers, 5-6, against the Beckley Flying Eagles. They are 4-4. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. And also we have Faith Hill on camera. And Eric, this is a big game for many reasons, as I just gave the records of the team. Princeton trying to get to 500, Beckley trying to get a game over 500.
Yeah, and this is a big game, as we keep talking about. This is a sectional game, and this is a lot will go towards seeding later on in the year. So every game from here on out against sectional foes are huge.
This game has a kind of different nugget to it, and I told you before we came on the air that Rob Williams, Princeton head coach, will not be here tonight, so they'll have the coach of Robert Treadway will take over the helm on this interim basis for this one game tonight. But here's something, Eric, maybe you realize this and maybe you don't, but for Princeton, this is almost like their home court this year. And here's why. This is Princeton's 5th game on this floor. It's only Beckley's 4th game on this floor. I don't ever remember that because Princeton played they got 2 games here in the Little General event.
Yes. 2
games in the New River, and that's 4. This makes their 5th game here. Where Beckley got 2 games also in the Little General and 1 game in the New River. So Princeton has actually played more games on this floor, which is Beckley's home court, than Beckley actually has. I don't think that's ever happened before.
Yeah, and Princeton's coming in the friendly confines of the Raleigh County Civic Center. Yeah, I mean, that, a lot of teams, and that's key coming in here playing, you need to adapt to this backdrop because Princeton plays in a traditional gymnasium, and it's totally different shooting in that.
Right, so what we talked about, Princeton should be very accustomed to playing here in this building.
Yeah, right. They feel right at home, right?
Right. And, one of the things that we had talked about, Eric, when we did the girls' game the other night when Beckley beat Oak Hill, is that the boys got a quality win on the road to beat Capital by 2. I had a chance to talk to Beckley coach Ron Kidd about that, and, he said, Maris, anytime you can win on the road, especially at Capital, because, Eric, as well as anyone, over the last several years, the 2 places is South Charleston and Capital. They've been more of a house of horrors for Beckley. Beckley's had a hard time winning down there, no matter how good Beckley's been, how good Capital, whatever the case may be. But Beckley found a way to pull that out. I think it's a big win the other night.
Yeah, big win on the road, and it's also big for the psyche and confidence of these young birds, man. I had a chance to go over some stats for Beckley, and the top scorers, minus Redfern, Elijah Redfern being out with injury, are all sophomores for this team. So, and it's one thing, to do it at home, but to go out and do it on the road, a big game from Zion from Hawthorne down in Capital, as he led all scorers with 24 points.
Yeah, and another thing, too, Eric, we did Princeton's game on Saturday against Huntington, and Princeton got behind early and then came back and was very competitive before Huntington pulled away at the end. So Princeton, same way, I think, too, that they've kind of got to get through football mode, and now they're they're halfway through the season, 5-6. You played 22 games. They've already played 11. So this is the first game to start the second half for Princeton.
Yeah, and you're right. They had a lot of late additions with that state championship run in basketball, state title game in football. With Markel Lowe playing a great game Saturday, and Dom Collins coming in, the state high school player of the year in football, and those guys, battle tested and probably just now getting, in basketball shape.
So both of these teams are continuing to go through their warm-ups. We'll take our first break, come back, we'll get you ready for the game. Tips at the bottom of the hour between 5-6 Princeton and 4-4 Beckley. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company offers a no premium and no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company-matching 401k plan. Apply for a job with Infinity Coal. You can apply online at the Facebook page at United Coal, or you can pick up an application at the Guard Shack located on Independence Road in Sophia, West Virginia. That's Infinity and United Coal. Also, the ball game tonight being brought to you by Modley's. Modley's Plumbing and Heating. You never know when you're going to need a plumber, and when you do need one, you need to remember the number 304-253-HELP for Modley's. With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, heavy hitter on hand. Faith Alexander here as well. And Eric, during the break, you were giving some numbers to me that were really amazing that you've got on some of the Beckley players. So go ahead and share that with our audience now.
Yeah, this is like we've talked since Elijah Redfern's injury. A lot of the young sophomores have stepped up, and they're being led in scoring by 3 sophomores, and that's Kobe Dillon coming in at 16 points a game, Zion Hawthorne at 14, and Preston Clary is averaging 7 points a game. But the most amazing thing about this team is they've shot the ball really well from the free throw line. They're 73 of 99 on the year. That's 73% from the free throw line as a team, and that'll win you a lot of games when you're able to get to the free throw line like that. And Kobe Dillon has really shot the ball extremely well. He's 28 of 61 from three-point range on the season. That's 45%.
And Eric, I talk about it all the time in the previous Beckley games we've done, that whenever Kobe Dillon shoots a three, it's like a 3-point layup because he can really knock that down, and the stats you just gave bear that out.
Yeah, and the thing is, the two ball handlers down the stretch right now are Zion Hawthorne and Kobe Dillon in close games, and Kobe Dillon is shooting 85% from the free throw line, and Hawthorne's just right on his heels shooting 83%.
Yeah, and this is such a big game for many reasons. Of course, you stated, Eric, it is a sectional opponent, but after tonight, Beckley will go on the road. They'll go against Oak Hill, a team who they beat by 2 points right there after the Christmas break in the Little General event, and then they have to go to Shady on the 23rd of January, a team that beat them in the championship game of the Little General event. So those are 2 games plus. You want to be able to get this win, obviously, as we talked about, because they are a sectional opponent, but you hope to have, if you're Beckley, Elijah Redfern, if not back for Oak Hill, at least back for the Shady game on the 23rd.
Yeah, and I just had a chance to look at him. He's shooting now, but they took it and put a smaller cast on his hands, so probably be a couple more weeks on that. And you're right, and you're going to go into hostile territory. You're talking about going to Capital, but you were over there last year when Beckley had to battle to get out of Oak Hill, and I think it went to 2 overtimes.
Yeah,
maybe.
it was coming down the stretch. Yes.
Coming down the stretch, so that's tough. And Shady's pretty much unbeatable on their floor and their court over there. So this is a must-win.
And on the flip side for Princeton, they're probably looking at it the same way. They're like, if we can beat Beckley here tonight in Beckley, we're really good at home, even though this has been their home away from home. Still, if you are Princeton, even though you've played a lot of games here, if it comes down to one game, well, who's going to be eliminated and who's moving on? No question, Princeton wants that game in Princeton.
Well, and that's one thing we need to touch on, too. We didn't really touch on this. I think Princeton the last 2 years has eliminated Beckley.
They have. That's correct.
So, that builds confidence. They're coming in here. Why can't we knock them off again? A close game down at Princeton, and they won a real close game here 2 years prior.
That's right. 2 years ago, you're right. Princeton has won each of the last 2 years knocking Beckley out, and they beat Beckley on this floor 2 years ago. And then I was at that game. I was at the game last year where they won a very tight game down in Princeton. And they beat Beckley in the regular season in Princeton as well. So even though this has been their home away from home, if you look at their record, Princeton, even though they've played 4 games here, I think they've only won one of those 4 here, because we did the Wyoming East game in which they lost. We did the Huntington game in which they lost as well.
In the Huntington game, they battled in that first half, and they pretty much just ran out of gas, and we can say this. I think they got, out-athleted late in that Huntington game. I mean, just too much. It took over.
And I think for Princeton to win, something they have to do tonight that they didn't do against Huntington, and they've got to keep Nick Fleming out of foul trouble. If you remember against Huntington, he got 2 quick fouls, and then he picked up that 3rd foul, and he spent a lot of time on the bench. And Eric, when you get in foul trouble, he just seemed like Fleming, as good as he is, and I think you got to have your best players on the floor, because in a game like this, your best players got to be your best players. But he never really got in sync in that Huntington game.
Never got into a flow of the game, and you're right. He needs to be out on the court because he can do so much. He's Mr. Inside Out for the team. But Zayden Neely came in that game and really picked up the slack, for Fleming, but not the same caliber players. Fleming, he did it most of his damage on the inside, and where Fleming could take his guy off the dribble and really step outside and hit the 3.
And Eric, in the 3 previous games that Beckley's played in this building, 2 of them have come down to the final shot. Beckley had a chance to beat Musselman, and they missed a 3-pointer at the buzzer in overtime, and the Oak Hill game came down to the final shot. And then they were down 2 against Shady before Shady pulled away to win that game.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things, and that's part of kinda being a young team, but now they're getting real, this is the point of the year where it's turning the corner, second semester, where you don't want to say we have a young team. You want to say we have a battle-tested team that's growing and trying to get better and get to the state tournament.
Well, both teams still going through their warm-ups. The game will tip at the bottom of the hour. We'll take our second break. We'll be right back after this, streaming here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, Call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road, and Beckley. They're having a Sweetheart, a futuristic bowling coming up on Saturday, February the 10th. Take your Sweetheart there. That goes from 10 o'clock to midnight. It's just $17 a person or $32 a couple. If you want to reserve a lane, you can call Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Nothing tastes as good as the food from Cracker Barrel. Love me some pig, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Love me some pig. And with locations in both Beckley and Princeton, Cracker Barrel, the country store. So, Eric, both teams now off the floor. First of all, if you're in the Princeton locker room, and for tonight, as we mentioned, they've got an interim coach, Robert Tolliver. What do you think he's telling his troops?
Hey, listen, let's get off to a fast start here on the road. And as you stated, he's going to play on the pass. Look, we've had Beckley's number here the last few games. Let's keep this going, keep this momentum going.
And if you're Coach Ron Kidd, what do you think the final instructions he's given the Flying Eagles?
Well, he's also mentioning that, hey, they've had our number the last couple of times. We really have to jump on these guys and really give them the knockout punch early.
And one of the things, Eric, and I don't know if this will carry over, because I had mentioned this in our last segment. We talked about the 3 games that Beckley has played here. 2 of them came down to the end, and they won one and they lost one. But I think whenever you win a close game on the road like they did the other night, I think sometimes that momentum could carry over into this game, knowing that, because I do believe this game's going to be tight and come down into the very end.
Yeah, and you know, Marison, like I do, going to Capital is a different – I don't care what Capital's record is, what Beckley's record is. You go down there and win. That is a major milestone to your season, because we went down and did a game, and this was a state – that team played in the state championship that year.
And lost that night.
And lost that night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things. And then we went to another one where it was a game-winning shot
by Andrew Johnson
from the corner. I mean, each game was it's just tough winning at Capital, and I think the coaches will probably even let the kids know that's a feather in your cap, getting that win on the road.
Yeah, and we'll see if Beckley can carry that momentum over. One thing I think you would agree that Beckley, they've got to get maybe more production from their bigs inside, and I think they've done a good job maybe rebounding, and also I know some of their big guys have fouled out in some of these games, but I think they got to get maybe more point production out of their bigs.
And that's one thing when I was looking over the stats that I gave that the sophomores were leading, but I think for them to go for as far as they need to go, and that's getting to the state tournament and try to contend for a state champion. I think the 2 bigs, I think Walton, I think he really needs to be a double-figure scorer from here on out, and then Phillip Law really has to give them 7 to 8 points a game for them to really, they're averaging around 60-some points a game. They need to get in that 70-point range to really compete with teams.
Well, you're right, because for years when Beckley against in-state opponents, they were almost perfect, winning pretty much 90% of their games when they got to 70 or more. Beckley's back on the floor going through their final warm-ups. Princeton will be out in a minute. We'll take our final pregame break, come back and get you ready for the opening tip. Beckley and Princeton coming up next on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatscity.com.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but moves! Incredible! A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it!
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. At Window World, we are proud to deliver exterior solutions that are beautiful, affordable, and guaranteed for life. We do things the right way. Honest pricing, no gimmicks, and thousands of satisfied customers. Call Window World of Beckley today at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW and have your new windows, siding, and doors before winter. Window World of Beckley, family owned,
nationally known.
Welcome back into the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Beckley and Princeton going through their final preparations to get ready for the ball game. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Indoor Air. Indoor Air is your Amana dealer, and Indoor Air is a proud sponsor of high school sports in the great state of West Virginia. For all your heating and cooling needs, you can dial up Indoor Air 304-890-2212. Also, tonight's game brought to you in part by Edward Jones Financial Advisors. You can call Heather Cantley at 304-254-9995. Well, Eric, both teams out of their locker room, and like I said, going through their final preparations. And, I think when you play games like this, I always say that your best players have to be your best players. And I think for Beckley tonight, the Flying Eagles, Kobe Dillon has been one of their best players in the absence of Elijah Redfern. You're taking 28 points out of the lineup. So you know what you get from Kobe Dillon, but who else you think could really be that X factor for Beckley in this game tonight?
I think Preston Clary. I think he's really coming on, gaining more confidence, and his shot is coming around. Really can stroke it if he gets in the rhythm. But I think you know what you get out of Zion Hawthorne and Kobe Dillon. I think for another key would be Zion Hawthorne really attacking the rim, attacking the defense early on, and maybe getting the bigs involved.
And also, I think on the flip side for Princeton, I think Nick Fleming has really got to get going. I think if you're Princeton, you want to get him going early in the game because I think he kind of as he goes, I think the team will go.
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right. And we had a chance to see him early on in that scrimmage where they didn't have a lot of these major players, and he pretty much was willing them to stay in the game and be in the game. And I like his offensive game, and he's sneaky good on the boards, and he's just a complete player.
Well, you're right. He can shoot the mid-range. He can back out behind the line, or he can take you off the dribble. Another player you had mentioned also is Zayden Neely. He came off the bench on Saturday, a 6'4 sophomore, and he really played well for Princeton. He could be one of their factors coming off the bench here tonight for the Tigers.
Yeah, and he's a big, too, as well, and he can give you trouble on that high ball screen. Remember, he did a lot of damage when they would run the high ball screen, and he'd roll to the basket. And Marquel Lowe did a great job, too, in transition for Princeton. So this is going to be an exciting contest.
So Princeton, we're getting ready to have the national anthem. We'll take a quick break, come back, give you the starting lineups, and get the ball in the air. Get you ready for 5-6 Princeton against 4-4 Beckley. Up next on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center, Dave Barksdale Court with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Faith Alexander, the brains of the outfit, on camera. Princeton being introduced, it'll be Nick Fleming, Gavin Stover, Gavin Brown, Brent Beasley, and it'll be Cogan Sarton for Princeton. Beckley now being ready to be introduced, wearing the home whites trimmed in maroon. It'll be Phillip Law, Jalen Walton, Preston Clary, Kobe Dillon, and Zion Hawthorne for Beckley coach Ron Kidd. And Eric, we're moments away from getting this one started. Any last take before we put the ball in the air?
And I think early on, both teams want to play their style and control the tempo, but turnovers early on for both teams would be key.
So, as we mentioned earlier, if you're just joining us, Princeton head coach Rob Williams will not be here at the game tonight. So, they have to go with this one-game interim in Robert Tolliver. So, do you think that will be a factor in this game tonight?
Well, unexpectedly like that, they're at Coke at all the practices, and it's just a new face. But this is a veteran team. They'll probably run everything that, the way the coach thinks. I think the only other difference might be the substitution pattern.
And here's the thing, too, Eric, that I think that since these two teams are in the same section and they play twice a year, and as we mentioned in our earlier segment, they've each played in the sectional each of the last 2 seasons. So I think the current players of each team really know the other team very well.
That's right, and it's all about execution. Once you know one another, we talk about it in all sports. You see divisional football games. Those teams play each other twice a year, so they know everything about one another, and it's all about executing, and that's what this game is going to boil down to, protecting the basketball and executing your offense.
So we're just about ready to go. Beckley getting their final instructions from head coach Ron Kidd, and it'll be Nick Fleming in the center circle for Princeton. And let's see who will jump. Will it be Law or will it be Walton? That'll be in the center circle.
Looks like Walton.
Yep, it'll be Jalen Walton and Nick Fleming. The veteran official Jay Rutledge ready to get the ball in the air and get the game underway. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions. And we're starting NBA style, 7:35 here tonight. Ball in the air, and the tip will be controlled by Beckley. They'll get first crack at it, going to the basket to our right. Immediately, Eric, you see Princeton in a zone as Beckley gets it down low. One thing we talked about, that Beckley bigs got to step up, and on the first possession, Walton able to finish.
And an extremely nice feed by Zion Hawthorne down low for the easy 2.
So Beckley in their traditional, well, thought I was going to say man-to-man, but looks like they are in a man-to-man. Sarton thought about the three. Now Sarton will back it back out. Stover with the pass inside to Sarton. They throw the ball back out. Here's Fleming for three. It's short. Battle for the rebound, and Princeton had it, and they turn it over.
Yeah, and Kobe Dillon able to be the beneficiary of, I think that was Law that really battled Zion Hawthorne. Shoots the three.
Yep, little short, but once again, there's the bigs inside, and there's a tie, and we got a held ball to arrow back to Princeton. But already, Eric, in 2 possessions, and we talked about this, the bigs, as we watched the replay.
Yeah.
But they must have had a headset in their pocket. They were listening to what we said.
And right there, Philip Law climbs the ladder and managed to get the rebound. If he doesn't fall right there, that was going to be an easy deuce.
Yeah, be able to, an easy putback. So here's a steal by Kobe Dillon. We thought he had the steal, and he couldn't able to get full possession of it, and the ball's out of bounds right here in front of us.
Yeah, letting them play early right there. It could have been a player control.
Yeah, I think it was a good no call.
It was a good no call, but either way.
And that's one thing, Eric, and you and I have done over 30 games already, and around the spectrum of basketball, here's a three. That's no good. That three put up that time by Stover, but they're definitely letting them play this year, and I like it.
And I like that too, but that one got
you got to call.
Got to call that one. Yeah. But you're right, and that's going to be whistled on Stover, and that'll be his first and the team's first of the quarter.
Yep, so it'll be side out for Beckley. But you're right, Eric. They had to call that, but I like them that when players drive to the basket, unless they're hitting your arm or something,
it's
really
going to be contact. Learn to be tough and absorb and finish.
Kobe Dillon spots up for three. Kaboom! A splashdown for Kobe Dillon as he came into the ball game shooting 45% from downtown. And like I say, Eric, when he launches up that three, you give him that kind of space, that's a three-point layup.
Yeah, and then going into that's 29 of 62 on the year.
Wow.
That's almost as good as you shot it.
Almost. As Fleming dials up a three and it doesn't go.
And right now, Philip Law, that's 3 rebounds already for the big for Beckley being inserted into the lineup.
Kobe Dillon for three. That one's short, but an offensive rebound. Walton goes up strong. The putback won't go. And I thought that was a good no call. A little contact, play through the contact.
And right there, he just has to finish. Doesn't really need to double pump it right there. Just finish strong on the glass, and I think he'll get that going.
Well, Beckley's defense has been outstanding. Played 2.5 minutes. Princeton yet to score. There's a little floater on the baseline. That was a tough shot as that goes in by Sarton.
Yeah, and good defense, forced some baseline, and then a nice runner. Tough angle to make that shot, but he gets it to fall.
Yeah.
Right now, both teams, but Beckley looks real crisp in their offensive set. Princeton has this zone going, and one thing can happen is they better find Kobe Dillon or get shot out of it.
Well, you're right. There's a nice move by Kobe Dillon. He gets the ball inside. The Clarity puts up the shot. It doesn't go, but Clarity will get to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Good ball movement by Kobe, not settling for that three. When you shoot as well as he does, nice dribble, gets it into the paint, and Preston Clarity gets to the free throw line to shoot two.
Yeah, you're right. When you shoot as good as Kobe Dillon does, he gives a little head and shoulder fake. That's going to get the defender in the popcorn machine. And then that time, and he made a nice pass to Clarity, and Clarity able to knock down the first of two. The other defender of Princeton that time had salt and butter all over him.
Yeah.
Kobe Dillon put him in the popcorn machine.
He sure did, and that was smart. Wise use of the ball fake, one dribble. Had the mid-range shot, but chose a better shot for Preston.
And Preston and Clarity knocks them both down. And that's an area, Eric, I think we did touch on how well Beckley's shooting through the first 8 games from the free throw line.
75% as a team. 43 of 70.
Fleming will dial it up from downtown. It doesn't go. Hawthorne will clear the rebound. Beckley on the move. Hawthorne stops, 15-footer straight away. It grazes the rim, but he's able to run it down.
Yeah, but good look right there. I don't mind that, and there's Kobe Dillon open.
For three. Another three ball for Kobe Dillon, a splashdown. And Beckley with its largest lead of the game coming up on the halfway point of the first quarter.
Yeah, and looks like they're going to extend the pressure right here as Zion Hawthorne is really making them work, getting up the court. Thought he might have had a steal right there.
The one thing we talked about is getting off to a good start, and Beckley has done that. But I think it's more, even though they've hit shots, the way they played defensively. Here's a drive, getting the lane count. If it goes, it doesn't go, but that'll be Stover. He'll step up the line to shoot a pair.
And I think that's going to be whistled on Preston. as we look at the three from Kobe, as my man Mark Jackson would say, hand down, man down.
Well, I thought that was going to be on the drive, and they said, on the shot, they said it's on the drive, and the foul was on Preston Clarity.
Yeah,
Preston Clarity, yes. So here's Princeton with it, and they've got a new player into the ball game. That's Neely. He was a big spark for Princeton off the bench against Huntington as he'll dial up a three. That won't go, and Walton will sky high to clear the rebound for Beckley. They find Dillon. And you think if you're Princeton, you would know where Kobe Dillon is at all points of the game. 15-footer from the left elbow is good. That shot was good by Walton.
And Walton shot that with confidence, and that's his 4th point of the quarter.
Beckley on a 7-0 run, and Princeton will take a 30-time out. So we'll keep it right here and let you know that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company. If you want to work close to home, then you can come and join the team at Affinity Coal Company located in Sophia, West Virginia. They've been in operation since 2011. You can apply for a job at Infinity Coal. You can go online to the Facebook page at United Coal Company, or you can pick up an application at the Guard Shack located on Independence Road in Sophia. Also, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Leisure Lanes will have Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling coming up on Saturday, February the 10th. For more information on how you can reserve a lane, you can call Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328. So, Eric, 3:20 remaining in the quarter. Beckley with this largest lead at 10. So Beckley's had a 5-0 run and now currently on a 7-0 run here in this first quarter.
And I think that was a great timeout by Coach Robert Treadway filling in as a head coach tonight, because this imperative this last 3 minutes, try to cut into this lead. You don't want Beckley to get, too big of a lead on you.
So here's a 3-ball from the corners. Good. And, boy, Princeton needed that. Stover's 3, that will break the 7-0 run and will get Princeton within 7. Beckley looking at that zone. They get the ball down low. Good power move to the basket. Laid it up and in by Walton. And, Eric, we talked about how good we think, and you even mentioned how Walton moving on could be a double-digit scorer.
I think he could be a 10 to 12 point every night.
He's showing that as Fleming makes a move to the basket. Here's a 3-ball in the far corner. That doesn't go. That 3 put up by Beasley, and the ball will stay with Princeton.
Yeah, because he has all the tools to be able to score inside. I just think sometimes the contact throws his shot off a little bit. It just has to be a little stronger with the basketball around the rim.
So Princeton to inbound the ball. But as good as Beckley Biggs have played in this first quarter, Eric, I've really been impressed how good they've been on this end of the floor, the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, and everyone's moving their feet, setting down on the offensive player, and they really look engaged tonight.
Fleming trying to go one-on-one. They cut him off. That's one thing. Beckley is cutting off all the pass to the basket. Fleming will go baseline, and almost a turnover. It was really good help defense by Clarity as he knocks it out of bounds.
And right there, I think Preston Clarity had it, and I think Kobe Dillon may have knocked it out of his hand right here, as we saw on the replay there.
So Neely will put it in play on the baseline for Princeton. But if you're Princeton, the guy with the ball now, Fleming, they've really got to get him going.
Got to get him going, and Beckley's doing a really good job of keeping him. Oh, here comes Zayden Neely in the game.
Yeah, he had checked in a minute ago there. Fleming will dial it up for 3. It's in and out, no good. Rebounds to Hawthorne. Beckley on the move.
No numbers here, but he's.
Hawthorne tacks the basket, puts it up, doesn't go. That's going to be a Beckley foul. And that time, over the back, they will get the foul on Law, and that will be his first, the team's second of the quarter. But you had called it, Eric. Hawthorne really didn't have any numbers. And I thought maybe he forced that shot a little
attack,
bit
but it was kind of
lane.
kind of 1-on-4 right there. Maybe dribble through, reset the offense, and get a good offensive possession. Like the aggression, though.
But Princeton has been stuck on 5 for a while. That Beckley defense has been really good here in this first quarter. Just haven't had many open looks or many drives to the basket for Princeton. Here's Fleming dialing up for 3. That doesn't go. But Neely with the putback, in and out, no good, and Law.
Tough luck for Neely right there.
Yeah, here's Hawthorne to Dillon. Kobe Dillon, spot up, 3 ball on its way, doesn't go, battle for the loose ball, and it will be a held ball, and it'll stay with Beckley.
Well, great rebound by Law right there. And you don't see Kobe Dillon missing too many of those open looks right there. I think he just should have shot it when he first got it and just let it fly.
I agree, Eric. I think when he moved, I think it kind of threw his shot off a little bit. They get the ball down low. Walt with the putback. Actually not a putback, but a put in. And Beckley with this largest lead of the game right here.
Well, Walton's making us look good in our pregame assessment because that's his 8th point of the quarter.
Right. He's got half the points. He's making us look smarter, right,
That's
Eric?
right.
Because we said in the pregame that the bigs really need to be engaged in the Beckley bigs, and he must have heard us because he's really played. This is the best quarter basketball I've seen him play this year. I think you'd agree.
And the thing is, with as Princeton misses another long ball, this is where Zion Hawthorne is great.
Yep, taking it right to the basket and lays it up.
That's an amazing drive right there. The speed of Hawthorne as he collects his first 2 of the game.
Beckley's biggest lead of the game right here, and they've held Princeton to this point. 10 seconds left in the quarter, and they've held them to 5 points. Sarton, that's a tough shot, and he'll get bailed out with a foul.
Bailed out, but I like that was great, tough defense right there by Hawthorne on the big as weak as just got him with a little body, but
if he would have backed up, Hawthorne would have backed up a bit. I don't think Sarton, no way he would have made that shot. So the official had something to say to Beckley's Hawthorne as Sarton will get to the line to shoot a pair, and the first free throw is good.
And Sarton has 3 of the 6 for Princeton.
So you can, like I said, of all the good things we talked about, the big scoring area, it's been Beckley's defense, 1 of 2. And here's last shot time in the opening quarter.
And they're really, really rebounding the ball.
Count it if it goes, and it hit off the back iron, it won't go. But a good quarter for Beckley. Anytime you can get 18 points, that's a good quarter. Beckley leads 18-6 here at the end of 1. We'll be right back for the second quarter right after this here on Video Productions.
Football season is starting and the all-star lineup of new Kias are here at Friendship Kia of Beckley. We have the playbook to help you score the big win on your new Kia purchase. We make sure you get the best price with almost all of our new cars priced at invoice. And don't forget, we have one of the largest selections of inventory to help find you that perfect ride. We have a roster full of non-commissioned sales staff and an any reason 7-day exchange program. So get off the bench and get a new Kia from your friends at Friendship Kia of Beckley.
We're dealing!
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Beckley with an 18-6 lead as we go to the second quarter. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Indoor Air. Indoor Air, your Amana dealer for all your heating and cooling needs. You can dial up the good folks at Indoor Air at 304-890-2212. Princeton will have the ball to start the second quarter, and Princeton's made some changes. Checking into the ball game, Markel Lowe, he'll put it in play. Also into the ball game, Don Collins in for Princeton.
Well, if you can remember in that Huntington game that we did Saturday, this is the crew right here, this group that really got them back into the game as they took the lead at halftime.
And Brad Mosser into the game as well. There's a 3 that will go, and that 3 was in by Brown. So Princeton able to score their first possession. There's King into the ball game for Beckley. He'll put up a shot and draw the foul and get to the line.
Yeah, and Princeton with this unit that's in here, this offense, they went to the full court pressure as Beckley was able to break it with ease, and a nice pump fake by King as he was not able to get it up and in, but get to the free throw line for 2.
So King at the line, he'll shoot a pair for Beckley. That's the first foul of the quarter on Princeton, and the free throw by King is no good. So he'll get another one. But no question about it, Eric, I don't know if we were eavesdropping in the Beckley locker room. I know I wasn't, but get the ball to the bigs. The bigs have played well up to this point.
That's right. As King was able to knock the second of 2 down. And with Don Collins in now, you have to really really, really watch his speed, not let him get around you.
So here's Princeton with it. Beckley's led by as many as 13. As they pass the ball down low, nice reverse up and in. That's a nice play by Sarton. Beckley quickly down the floor, and they turn it over.
And Keon Sarton's the leading scorer for Princeton right now with five of the 11.
That last shot was really nice, that reverse that he put in.
And he waited to use the rim to protect it and keep it from getting blocked.
So as you mentioned, this was the group, Eric, that played well the other night, was on the floor right now for Princeton. Sarton thought about the three.
What they lose with height, they gain with speed and putting pressure on the basketball. But if you're Beckley in the offensive set, you have to take advantage of their height.
And Lowe will draw the foul, and that's on Hawthorne. That'll be his second. That'll be the first team foul on Beckley of the quarter. But Markel Lowe, and we saw him in football season, what a tremendous back he was for Princeton. He's able to draw the foul. So now let's see what Coach Ron Kidd will do, if he will leave Zion Hawthorne in the game or if he'll go to his bench.
Yeah, that's tough with 6:33 left in this quarter in the first half. This is a decision right here. You don't want him to pick his third foul up as Lowe was able to knock the first one down.
So right now, there's no one getting up for Beckley to the scorers table. So for now, Zion Hawthorne will stay in the game.
And just like that, Princeton's right back in this contest.
1 of 2 with a good hustle on the rebound. The ball is loose and picked up by Hawthorne. Dillon gets the ball inside. King maybe thought that time maybe should have shot and tried to pass, and Beckley turns it over.
Yeah, right there he should have shot it. That extra pass really just created too many in the passing lane. He would have been better off just going to the hole.
So Princeton has turned Beckley over 2 of the last 3 possessions. Princeton being very patient.
Yeah, but Princeton's got, getting it back to their pace. They'll run in spots, but, they want to run their offensive set.
Beckley does a good job switching on the ball. Nice overplay by King for the steal. King probably needs to find a guard.
And fast.
Yeah, and he gives it to Walton down the lane. The short shot doesn't go. Walton got his own rebound. He's tied up, and the possession arrow will keep it with Beckley.
Looks like we're going to get Drew Fitzwater in for the first time tonight. Give Walton a breather.
And Nick Fleming back on the court for Princeton. So on the possession arrow, it'll stay with Beckley as Hawthorne will put the ball in play. And it looks like, Princeton's going to stay in that zone. King on a nice drive and puts it up and in.
Good job by King on the swing through and getting to the bucket and getting it up for his third point of the quarter.
But the Beckley Bigs have got the majority of the points here for Beckley.
Hey, and that's something you want to see. You don't want to live and die by the 3 as Dom Collins shoots it short.
Yeah, he had a good drive. You can see how fast he was. He exploded the basket. And as you mentioned, Eric, he left it short. King into the lane. Preston Clarity for 3. Back iron, and Princeton, Fleming runs it down. And as you said, Eric, true, Princeton now, like I said, they're very deliberate, very patient, trying to slow the pace of the game down.
Yeah, even with the speed that they have on the court, this is their style of basketball. They don't want to get into a track meet. Well, maybe if it was just racing, they would.
Yeah, because you got Dom Collins out there.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, he's so fast he can watch 60 minutes in a half an hour.
That's right.
Fleming, turned it over. Or no, good set once again, Dom Collins. That ball was headed out of bounds.
Thought it was going the other way. Great awareness by Collins.
And they play on, and nope, he stepped out of bounds. For a minute, they thought it was going to be an offensive foul.
Good no call.
Right, good no call. Play on, and then Princeton steps on the baseline and turns it over.
Well, that's the most contact that Dom Collins has had in Beckley this season.
Well, Beasley will check back into the ball game. Stover also back into the lineup for Princeton. And now Princeton maybe try to speed Beckley up a little bit, try to trap the ball. Beckley breaks the pressure. They got numbers. Fitzwater down low. Head fake, up and in. That's an easy play. Fitzwater with a nice finish. 2
great passes to get out of that. Hawthorne made the right decision to get it to the middle. Ball never touched the ground, right?
Right, and
Into
Kobe
the power
Dillon,
dribble.
right. And that's the thing, you don't dribble through pressure, you pass.
Pass.
And Beckley did it, and Fitzwater able to catch, shoot, and score.
So Princeton was able to cut it to what, 5, 7?
7. Here's a 3 ball, that's short, and that'll go over to Beckley. Yeah, let's see.
It was 19 to 12.
19 to 12, right.
Yes.
That's 7 as close as they've been since back in, when Beckley got off to a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, but I thought when they cut it to 19 to 12 at that point, they had the tempo in their favor, and they had a couple possessions because they had turned Beckley over twice and just not able to climb any closer.
Right, Beckley's come back with the last 2 buckets as Hawthorne will find Preston Clarity for 3 in the corners. Good! Preston Clarity right down the chute.
Look, and making shots like that ignites the defense too,
Yeah, Beckley's biggest lead of the game right here.
This is a tough switch for Drew.
Talking about Drew Fitzwater.
Yeah, Drew Fitzwater here.
They get the ball down low to Fleming. He's posting Hawthorne up, tough guard for Hawthorne, giving up a lot of size there, and Fleming able to kiss one in off the glass.
And that's Fleming's first points of the game at the 3-minute mark.
Preston Clarity from the same spot, same result. Right down the chute. A 3 ball again for Preston Clarity. Yeah, a lot of good things happen, Eric, when the ball goes in the basket.
Oh, yeah. Makes everything better.
But like I said, Beckley's defense has been outstanding. That 3 is not even close by Collins. And that's the thing, too. I think Beckley's pressure is forcing Princeton out a little further, and Princeton wants a timeout. So it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take it with them with 2.5 to go till halftime, and Beckley with a 15-point lead, their largest lead of the game. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
State Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Mid-State Ford. Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Motley's Plumbing and Heating. You never know when you need a plumber. You can dial up a 304-253-HELP for Motley's. Out of the timeout, Beckley has it. They have their largest lead of the game right here as Preston Clarity's had the hot hand. He's made 2 straight threes, but that time he turns it over.
Yeah, turns it over, got stripped a little bit, but I like him being aggressive. Good defense by Nazir King right there on Fleming, making it tough for him to get anything going.
So Sarton, he makes his move to the basket, spins, nice little floater, and it hits the front of the rim. It doesn't go. And here's Beckley once again on the attack. Kobe Dillon ahead of the pack, lays it up and in.
Another tremendous pass by Zion Hawthorne. He's making all the right decisions, in the fast break game tonight.
Got a football score, 31-14, and then there's a turnover.
Yeah.
Largest lead of the game right here. And Eric, if Princeton's not careful over this next 149, Beckley could get this lead ballooned up to 20 or better.
Yeah, this would be, tough sledding right here. Beckley closes out this last minute and 49 with a couple of big shots here.
Hawthorne into Drew Fitzwater. Fitzwater puts up the shot. It won't go, and Fleming will clear the boards for Princeton. Drive into the lane, tough shot. It doesn't go. That shot put up by Stover, and the ball will go over to Beckley as it goes out of bounds off of Princeton.
Yeah, and a tough on the last possession by Beckley. Great slip of the screen by Drew Fitzwater, and I think that time he tried to finish with his left when he could have just laid it up with his right hand.
So Beckley with their largest lead of the game right here, and they have possession of the ball. Kobe Dillon, a little floater into the lane is good. Did they move the three-point line a little closer, Eric? Because he shot that as much confidence as he shoots one from behind the arc.
Well, I didn't give you the stat on his two-point shots. He's 18 of 28 on the year from 2, so that's pretty good.
That ain't bad, is it? But right now, Beckley has played as good a half as I've seen at any point in any game this year as Fitzwater clears the rebound.
And they're under control.
And Kobe Dillon trying to shake the defender. Fitzwater with good position. And now down to King. King shot's rejected, and it'll be out of bounds to Beckley.
Yeah, they are. Definitely let him play. Good interior passing right there from Fitzwater to King. But I don't know if King was really ready for that. He may have been getting in rebound position.
You're right. I think King thought that Fitzwater was going to shoot it. Instead, I think you're right. I think he was a little surprised at the pass. Was not surprised at this pass as he has it inside. Hawthorne will dial it up for three. It's no good. Fleming will clear the boards for Princeton. Fleming on the move. And there's a short shot put up that time by Markel Lowe. Doesn't go. The putback won't go. Battle for the rebound. Tipped out. Here's Hawthorne with it. Kobe Dillon the trailer. And last shot time for Beckley. Coming up on the 10 seconds remaining in the first half.
Need to go now. 9 seconds on the clock.
Hawthorne off a ball screen. Hawthorne into the lane. Here's an open three for Preston Clarity. That's going to be short, and that will how the half will end. But it's a great half for Beckley, and at the break, the Flying Eagles lead Princeton 33-14. This is Beckley's biggest lead of the game, and it comes here at halftime. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll recap the first half. We'll go inside the numbers. Eric will have that for you, and we'll come back right after this break for the Massey Power Sports Halftime Show right here on Video Productions.
It's fourth down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but Brian moves! A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
And we welcome you back to Beckley, the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, and Faith Alexander, the brains of the outfit, on camera tonight. With Beckley enjoying its largest lead of the ball game here at the break, 33-14, and we're going to recap the first half. Recapping the first half is brought to you by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, the country store with locations in Beckley and Princeton. Also tonight's game being brought to you in part by Edward Jones Financial Advisors. You can call Heather Cantley at 304-254-9995 for your planning when you're ready to retire, or if you are already retired, Heather Cantley can help you out. Well, Beckley scored the first 5 points of the game, and they've never looked back. They opened a lead up to 12-2. They got the lead up to 18-5, and at that point was the largest lead, and they led 18-6 at the end of the quarter. Princeton did cut the lead down to 7 at 19-12 in that second quarter. But then from that point on, Beckley, when they were up 19-12, they outscored Princeton 14-2 over the next 4.5 minutes to take their largest lead of the game into the locker room with them, 33-14. You can see the Lassies are performing. And, Eric, I know you've got a real personal interest in the Lassies because your young daughter, Lexi, is one of the members of the Lassie squads.
Yeah, and she's doing a really good job. The Lassies have really, really improved, and Lexi's doing double duty tonight. I'm proud of her. She has a lot of school spirit. She's going to do Lassies until halftime, and she's going to cheer in the second half.
And by the way, Eric, I want to wish you a happy birthday, a belated birthday. You know, we did a game 2 nights ago, and then, of course, off last night. And then the game tonight, your birthday was actually yesterday, so we're going to give you a happy belated birthday. You're still a few years behind me, but you're catching up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm climbing that ladder, man, but I still, age is just a number. I still feel young and spry and ready to go.
Yeah, we have a great time doing these games and a great performance by the Lassies of Beckley. All right, we're going to take another halftime break. When we come back, Eric will go inside the numbers of this first half, and we'll do it on the flip side here on the Massey Power Sports Halftime Show here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford. Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at MidstateFordWV.com.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Hey, grab me one too.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. We're going to get ready to go inside the numbers, and inside the numbers are brought to you by Infinity Coal. If you want to work close to home, you can come and join the team at Infinity Coal Company, located at Sophia, West Virginia. They've been in operation since 2011. You can apply online at the Facebook page at United Coal Company or pick up an application at the Guard Shack located at Independence Road in Sophia. Also, tonight's game brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Is all you need to know is 304-253-HELP. Well, Eric, you have the numbers of the first half.
Yeah, well, defense has been the number in the first half for Beckley as they were able to hold Princeton to 14 points. Princeton scored 6 in the first quarter and 8 in the second. Princeton's being led by Kean Sarton. He has 5 points. Gavin Brown has 3, and Gavin Stover has 3 to lead the way for Princeton. And the key is balance for Beckley tonight as Kobe Dillon is being a steady self leads the way with 10. Preston Clary has 8. And Jalen Walton, 8 points, all coming in that first quarter, which really turned the tide. But I must say, Zion Hawthorne, the second leading scorer on the team, only has 2, but I really think this is the most complete floor game of the games that we've done because he's really gotten the ball in the right position to the right players. at the right time, and I think that's key. You see him growing, and as a point guard right now in the absence of Elijah Redfern.
All right, we'll take one final break, come back and get you ready for the second half. Beckley with his biggest lead of the game by 19, and we'll do it. Come back, that is, on the flip side here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Ready to start the second half, and Princeton will have the first crack at it, Eric, as this is the biggest lead of the ball game. Beckley a 19-point advantage. Beckley's led wire to wire. Now we're ready to start the second half. Here's Sarton. Spins into the lane. They cut him off. That's good Beckley defense. And Beckley's played good defense the entire night as the shot is no good. And that is Law comes down with the rebound.
Yeah, good job by Law. And Hawthorne doing what he's been doing, man. In transition, he's really, really good.
Football score of 35-14. Beckley led one time at 21-12. Beckley's outscored them 14-2 going back into that second quarter. Sarton, a little shot left of the lane is good. But if
he's been their only offense.
Well, yeah, and what I was going to say, Eric, if you're Princeton, you've got – this is the end of the floor where Princeton, if they're going to get back in the game, they got to get stops. And they've turned Beckley over a couple times and not been able to take control of it as Walton knocks down the shot from the baseline.
And if Walton's able to, put that in his repertoire, that's going to be good. But you can't live with that. As
Sarton dials up at 3, it doesn't go. But, Eric, you're right. I think with the Walton's play in that first quarter, I think he set the tone for this game tonight for Beckley. As Kobe Dillon wide open for 3. Got it. Kaboom! A 3-ball by Kobe Dillon, and the route is on. Biggest lead of the game right here.
Yeah, and they're real – everything's happening on the defensive end, for Beckley, because their offense has been so good, but they're playing inspired ball on the defensive side.
And like I said, even though it wasn't at Capital, of course, because we were on the air doing a game as Princeton turned it over, I felt as we watched the replay this last 3 by Kobe Dillon. But anytime we talked about it, when you can go on the road and you can beat Capital, and it was a 2-point victory, I thought that would give them, and I said that back before we started the game, their momentum, I think, was going to carry into this game.
And you're exactly right, man. I think it's carried over into, how they've played as another wide-open 3.
Clarity for 3 doesn't go. The long rebound's out of bounds to whom?
Yeah, I think I should stay here to Beckley.
And you are correct.
Princeton hit it, and you're right. And that's just another good open look that rimmed out right now. And I think they're hitting on all cylinders, Beckley, as far as their brisk in their offense and their defense has been top-notch.
Well, you're right. The defense, this is the best overall that Beckley's played in the games that you and I have done. And I think Coach Kidd would agree with that. Also, but it started on the defensive end of the floor. And the good defense has led to good plays like that. Up inside, Preston Clarity had a good look, couldn't finish, and Princeton comes out of there with it with Beasley.
Yeah, kid, you don't miss a lot of chippies like that, and that's one that Preston Clarity would like to have back.
But Beckley's really been good on both ends of the floor, but especially the defensive end of the floor. And once again, look, getting a hand on it. Stover will dial it up for 3, and he'll hit that one.
And that's Stover's second 3 of the contest.
Back the other way, Kobe Dillon, it doesn't go. But Princeton's got to find somebody who's got the hot hand. And Stover, like I said, he made that last 3. Here's Sarton, and he'll turn it over. Yep.
Got the stutter step going. And as the crowd says, you can't do that. No, you can't, Maris.
Well, you can do it, but it's a violation if you do it.
That's right.
There are a lot of things in basketball you can do.
You can't get away with that.
That's it. Well, sometimes you can. As Clarity gets into the lane, the ball's stripped. Battle for the loose ball, and Princeton comes out of there with it. Here's Fleming. Fleming now, he turns it over right into the hands of Stover. Here's Beasley for 3. Right down, does shoot for Beasley.
Beasley's first points of the night, and back-to-back 3s by Princeton, trying to climb back into this game.
Well, like I said, they got to get stops. Walton right to the rim, puts it up, doesn't go. Law had it for a minute, and he's going to get tied up, and the possession error will keep it with Beckley.
Well, Law is battling on the boards, just going all out, as we see right here. Brings it down, just gets tied up.
So Beckley will have the ball up under their own basket. Hawthorne will dial it up for 3. That's a little strong. You can tell when he shot it, that wasn't going in. You can tell that was a little strong, and Stover comes out of there with it for Princeton. Princeton trying to put together a little run and trying to gain a little momentum. 40-16 has been the biggest lead in the game, 24 for Beckley.
Yeah, and back-to-back 3s, though, is you can get back in this game real quick with the spurt here if you're Princeton.
Yeah, coming up on the halfway point of quarter number 3, there's a nice spin. They get it to Sarton. He'll shoot it from the baseline. Little short shot and kind of hang on the iron and goes. So Princeton on a nice run. Yep, I would say 8-0 run here. And now Princeton has trimmed that 24-point lead to 16. Walton on a power move to the basket, and we'll call a foul, and he'll get to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
And I like how aggressive Walton is being, attacking the rim and getting to the free throw, line here. And that was whistled on Sarton, and that'll be his second.
So Walton will step up to the free throw line. And the free throw
is no good.
Of course, the referee walked directly in front of me, and the monitor's a little further down, but I can see it. As King, who I thought played pretty well for Beckley, checks into the ball game for the Flying Eagles.
Yeah, he gave him some quality minutes as he came in for Law. Law might need a breather because he has played really, really hard this first 5 or 4 minutes of the quarter.
So Walton makes 1 of 2, and that stops an 8-0 Princeton run, as Drew Fitzwater for Beckley will be in on the next dead ball. Here's Sarton that cut him off. He looked like he was ready to dial up a 3. Beasley slips. Into the ball game is Mosser for Princeton, and it's a turnover, and then we got a foul. So Princeton turned it over and then committed a foul as well. That will be the second team foul of the quarter.
And that's going to be on Mosser.
And that'll be his first, as Drew Fitzwater will check in. Walton, who played well, will have a seat. As we watch that last replay.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of bodies coming in and out for Beckley because they're getting maximum effort out of everyone on the floor. And when you get that, Maris, you can really substitute and wear a team down.
And, I'm looking at the schedule, and apparently, they will play another time. They moved that up into February. It was supposed to be earlier in the year, and Princeton was just coming out of football. So Beckley and Princeton, I don't have that updated schedule. I don't have the exact date, but I'll get that. I know that they play up into February when they go to Princeton.
It's going to be a turnover.
Good job by Preston Clarity, and there's a foul in Princeton. As Clarity did a good job knocking it off the leg.
And that made it.
It made it illegal play to go into the backcourt, and then a foul committed. And we almost had 2 players right in our lap.
Yes, I got a little worried for us. It happened in the NC State North Carolina game last night. Yes.
Preston Clarity for three in the near corner, and he splashes it down, a 3-ball.
And that's the third three for Preston and 11 points on the night.
And all three of them have been from the corner. He loves that corner spot right there.
That was looking good when it left his hands.
But like I said, for Princeton to really get back in the game, they've got to get stops, and they just have not been able to do it. And really, when they have got stops, scoring has really been a struggle for Princeton outside that little 8-0 run. As Sarton will dial it up for three, and it won't go. Mosser hustles to get the rebound and a Beckley foul.
Yeah, and that's going to be whistled on Preston Clary. That'll be his second and team's first of the quarter.
And it'll be checking in the Princeton lineup will be Neely. He's kind of been quiet tonight. He had a big game against Huntington on Saturday.
We got A.J. Thomas.
A.J. Thomas checking in, his first action of the night. Biggest lead has been 24, the lead 20 now. And Beckley has led since the opening tip. They've scored the first 5 points of the game, and up to this point they haven't looked back. And there's a lot of contact, and it's an offensive foul.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, way to set up and take that one for Drew Fitzwater.
Yeah, because Sarton just lowered his shoulder, and like you said, Fitzwater able to take that charge.
And that's Sarton's third and the team's fourth.
Yeah, so.
One more.
Yeah. So on the next Princeton foul, they'll be over the limit for the quarter, and that'll get Beckley to the line as Hawthorne comes off the screen. Pass inside to Hawthorne, puts up a wild shot. It won't go. Sarton will clear the rebound for Princeton. Tigers on the attack. And Beckley gets a steal. Kobe Dillon on the drive, throws it up, doesn't go. And Princeton comes out of there with it. And an easy layup back on the other end. We're Neely able to score.
Neely gets his first points.
And Beckley throws it away.
44-26. Princeton's right within shouting distance here.
And that's the one thing, even though Beckley's up 18, you never want to be careless with the ball. If Princeton could knock down a couple of threes and get some stops, Princeton could get themselves right back in this game going into the fourth quarter. We'll see what they do. Here's Collins. And he lost control of the ball. They got him tied up. The arrow will keep it with Princeton. But Collins it looked like he got going too fast, and he lost control of the ball.
Yeah, and A.J. Thomas did a good job of getting his hands, on the basketball to tie him up.
So Preston Clarity will check back in to the Princeton lineup. And also Beasley back in for Princeton. Beasley has it now.
But see, right now, the pace of the game, if you're Princeton, you got to go. You can't, I know they're all about running their offense, but being in this deficit, you really have to try to chew into it.
Yeah.
Can't play even.
Here's Collins. They cut him off. They get the ball inside to Sarton. Go inside out, and that three in the corner is no good, and A.J. Thomas comes out of there with it. And he got bumped and fouled, and Princeton's over the limit, and that's a foul on Collins, and that'll get A.J. Thomas to the free throw line.
Yeah. And A.J. Thomas did a good job coming out of there. Showed some speed and transition right there, and should be free throws here.
It will be, as they will not let Markel Lowe in until after the first free throw is taken. He's over the scores table for Princeton. But one of the things, Eric, and you can kind of read some of the body language on some of the Princeton players, I think this Beckley defense has really frustrated Princeton here
it's
tonight.
worn them down, and, it's been hands everywhere, and really, really impressed with their defensive effort tonight.
And the free throw by A.J. Thomas doesn't go. He'll have another one as Markel Lowe will check into the lineup. Sarton will have a seat. A.J. Thomas, for the people watching that don't know, your name's Tom. That's your cousin.
Yep.
So you got a daughter cheering and dancing and a cousin playing.
Yeah.
You're
he won't
broadcasting.
be my cousin if he misses his free throw.
Yeah, he was going to get excommunicated from the family, right?
I'm just joking. Yeah, I'm proud of him. He works hard. He's really earning some playing time.
So that gets the lead to 19. Beckley's biggest lead has been 24. And like you said, when you're in this big a hole for Princeton, you don't want to rush, but you got to go quick.
Yeah, you have to. You want to get to get there on time, but you might have to speed just a little bit.
So let's see if they'll ever get there. The ball is loose for a minute and now picked up by Princeton. Neely thought about the three, spins into the lane. Princeton's having a hard time just finding any driving lanes to the basket.
Great team defense here.
Beasley thought about the three. King had a nice closeout to get the ball inside the low. Neely for three, good, right down the chute from the near side corner by Neely. Preston Clarity puts up a shot just ahead of the buzzer, and it doesn't go, but at the end of three, Beckley leads 45-29. We'll be back with the fourth quarter coming up right here on Video Productions.
National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. At Window World, we are proud to deliver exterior solutions that are beautiful, affordable, and guaranteed for life. We do things the right way. Honest pricing, no gimmicks, and thousands of satisfied customers. Call Window World of Beckley today at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW and have your new windows, siding, and doors before winter. Window World of Beckley, family owned,
nationally known.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Indoor Air. Indoor Air is a proud sponsor of high school basketball in the great state of West Virginia. For all your heating and cooling needs, you can dial up your Amana dealer, Indoor Air, at 304-890-2212. Well, Eric, Beckley led as many as 24. The lead is 16 as we go to the fourth quarter. And, you know, you look at everything, and you can tell how well Beckley's played through 3 quarters. Princeton doesn't even have 30 points yet.
Yeah, and it's been a good team defensive effort too, because they're switching, they're not letting any driving lanes. Zion Hawthorne drives and scores right there.
Hawthorne down the lane. Yeah, Princeton, if you got to get stops, and then like I said, you still got a whole quarter to go, but you got yourself a big hole you got to dig out of if you're Princeton.
Yeah, and they're still being deliberate, in their offensive sets.
Sarton on the move. Sarton, good job by King cutting him off. And try to set a ball screen. Fleming back into the game. Fleming just has not had the offensive kind of night that I think Princeton's got to have in order to win the game.
Yeah, and he doesn't. He only has 2 points on the night, so your observation has been great.
As Hawthorne takes it to the basket, he doesn't get it to go, and there's Fitzwater for the easy putback.
Johnny on the spot. Drew Fitzwater working hard on the glass.
Yeah, you're not going to get much easier than that for the big fella Fitzwater, able to catch it, and he's like point blank right under the basket and just lay it in.
Yeah, easy putback.
Fleming with it now. Fleming drives on to the basket, puts a short shot up, and not able to get it to go. Like I said, Fleming has really had a tough night on the offensive end for Princeton.
Yeah, not too many nights you would see him with only 2 points at this juncture in the game.
Clarity puts up the short shot. It hits the front of the rim. It doesn't go. They battle for the rebound, and Princeton comes out of there with it. Fleming on the move. Fleming tacks the basket, lays it up and in. That's a beautiful play by Fleming.
Yeah, in transition, Fleming was hard to contain right there and picks up his 4th point as they cut the lead to 18.
Yeah, he was zigging and zagging, got to the front of the rim, laid it up and in as Hawthorne goes down the lane, doesn't go, but there's Fitzwater again for the putback. Fitzwater with 2 times in a row putting the putback. There's a runner, doesn't go in the lane. Beckley comes out of there with it. Beckley looks like the more fresher team here in the fourth quarter. Kobe Dillon thought he was going to spot up for the 3. Fitzwater puts up the short shot. It doesn't go.
Good ball movement right there. Got the shot they wanted, just didn't get it to fall.
And here's Fleming back the other way for Princeton. Coming up on 5.5 for the game. Fleming will dial it up for 3. It's short. And Hawthorne will clear the rebound. Get the ball to King, 15-footer straight away, knocks it down. 22-point lead now. Biggest lead's been 24, and Beckley's led since the opening tip. They scored the first 5 of the game, and they haven't looked back.
Yeah, wire to wire. A lot of body. That's a hold.
Yeah, that's an easy play to call.
That is an easy play. As Nazir King hugged Sarton all the way down the court.
Yeah, he did. So it'll be Princeton's ball into their own basket. That's just the first foul of this fourth quarter by either team.
Yeah,
and we're almost 3 minutes.
And it was a foul.
Yeah, they could have called 2 fouls on that.
That's for sure.
But we're almost 3 minutes here into the fourth quarter, and that's, like I said, the only foul we've had to this point. Fleming spins into the lane. They knock the ball free, and they're down on the floor. It'll be a held ball, and it'll stay with Princeton.
Yeah, no. Both teams playing hard.
And once again, these two teams will meet again in Princeton, and then they could meet again in the sectional tournament. As we talked about on top, Princeton's knocked Beckley out of the tournament, the sectional tournament, each of the last 2 seasons.
Last 2 seasons, and, that has to be in the back of the minds of both teams.
Sarton on the baseline, and he turned it over, I believe. He did. Yep, stepped out of bounds. So for Beckley, they've got a game there that you and I will have on Saturday afternoon against George Washington, and that's been a real nemesis for Beckley, too. No matter where they've played that game at, Beckley's had a hard time beating George Washington. We'll talk about that a little more as Kobe Dillon knocks down the shot.
Yeah, really well coached team, and Coach Green, Rick Green. I love his coaching style. He really knows how to get the most out of his players, and a tough foe.
So this will equal the largest lead of the game right here at 24. But, yeah, so tomorrow night, Video Productions, I'll join Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien will do play-by-play. I'll do color with the Greenbrier East at Shady tomorrow. That's a 7 o'clock tip. And then Saturday afternoon, Eric and I will be right here as we'll get an offensive foul on Fleming. And I think that was more of a frustration foul.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bodying going on as wholesale changes right here for Princeton.
And I'm, down 24 with 4:25 left in the game as Princeton wants a timeout. This might be the white flag. We got a full timeout. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
This game is sponsored by Brian Helton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Helton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Helton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, Treasurer.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. And Eric, during that break, one of the officials, Pat Standard, was coming over and just chatting with us a little bit, and he wasn't paying attention, and one of the Beckley cheerleaders was doing, and whatever the heck she was doing, some kind of flip, and almost hit him.
I tell you what, he almost caught some flying feet to the face.
Yeah. But I was saying right before we went to break, Eric, you and I will be here on Saturday afternoon, a 4 o'clock tip, as Fitzwater catches it, shoots, and scores. Biggest lead of the game right here. We will have Beckley and George Washington. We'll have it for you, 3:35, the air time here on Video Productions. The game will tip at 4. And, Eric, Beckley's going to have to bring their A game. They're going to have to play a lot like this and a little better if they are to beat George Washington.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have to bring your A, B, C game, everything you got, pack it in the suitcase and come out here and be ready to play.
Yeah, they're going to have to bring the whole alphabet if you're Beckley. So Beckley getting ready to empty their benches. Neely misses the shot, but Beckley has looked, both teams have got reserve, will have, but Beckley's played really, really well here tonight. And, Eric, even though I didn't see the games, as Hawthorne knocks down a 3.
Nice step back 3 by Hawthorne.
I didn't see the games. I saw a little bit of the University game on Video Productions. Beckley played well that night. I didn't see the Morgantown game, the game they lost. I did see Beckley's loss at South Charleston, but I would think even in the games I haven't seen, I couldn't imagine Beckley's played any better than what they played here tonight.
Yeah, no, I watched the Morgantown game, of course, all 4 quarters. The first half of the Morgantown game was about like this. I mean, they played about as well as this, but a complete 4 quarters. This has been a good game.
Collins misses the shot. Beckley out running again. Fitzwater, the big fella, up underneath. Finds Kobe Dillon in the corner. Kaboom! 3 ball by Kobe Dillon.
4th of the night.
And it's a 14-0 run. And, I mean, Beckley has really delivered the knockout blow as we watched that last 3 ball. But, you know, Eric, it was 45-29 coming in to this quarter. Actually, Beckley has outscored them 18-2 thus far here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, and right on, spot on. This is the amount of points that they had the whole game the other night against Capital at 63, winning that game 63-61.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just been a tough night for Princeton, as Rhodes will check into the ball game for Princeton. Also into the game will be Gum. But this is a tough night for Princeton. But the 2 teams will meet later in the year in February. They'll meet down at Princeton. And once again, Eric, we talked about it. They could meet again in the sectional tournament.
Yeah, I see maybe a couple more, meetings from this team.
Well, one more for sure in the game is as Neely misses. They'll definitely play on Princeton's home floor in February. Hawthorne, a little floater, in and out, no good. Battle for the rebound. Princeton comes out of there with it. Gum has it. Coming up on the final 2 minutes of the game is A.J. Thomas gets a steal, goes in, and lays it up and in.
And it's going to be an and one.
So, Eric, it's been a while since Beckley has beaten Princeton like this. As we watched the replay, or we just saw the replay there, even games where Beckley has beaten Princeton in the last couple of years, I don't ever recall Beckley beating Princeton like this.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it's been a total team effort, too, Everyone's sharing the ball. They look like they're having fun out there playing basketball tonight.
Well, when you're up 65-31, you can – a lot of fun as Rainey into the ball game for Beckley's A.J. Thomas completes the 3-point play. Also, we got another player into the lineup for Beckley, and Eric, you're going to have to help me out with this one. Oh, right here, Braylon Mickey into the ball game. So Rainey and Mickey into the game for Beckley. And Princeton turns it over. Rainey will dial it up for 3.
Oh.
Back ironed it. He had a good look.
Yeah, the crowd really wanted that one to go in.
Right down the lane. The shot doesn't go. That shot was put up that time. Princeton back the other way. A.J. Thomas, maybe got going a little too fast that time.
Yeah, his feet couldn't keep up with the dribble there.
And going in for the easy layup is Neely to lay it up and in. And, Eric, that's only Princeton's 4th point of the quarter. It was 45-29 at the end of 3, as that shot won't go for Beckley, and they battle for the loose ball, and Princeton comes out of there with it. Final minute of this one, we'll have a wrap-up in the Pioneer Community Bank post-game show. We'll tell you we got 2 more games this week. I'll join Bill O'Brien tomorrow night for Greenbrier, East and Shady. Eric and I will be back here Saturday afternoon when Beckley plays George Washington. That's a 4 o'clock tip, by the way. And what do we got? We got a block, I believe.
Yeah, and I think that's the correct call. A.J. Thomas tried to slide. Was just a little late getting there.
So Beckley's going to be able to put back-to-back wins together. A 2-point victory over Capital on Tuesday night and this big blowout win here tonight. So this will be Beckley's second 2-game winning streak. They've won the first 2 games of the season against Greenbrier East and University. Final 40 seconds of this one. 3 ball for Princeton. That's going to be short. And Walton has another rebound. Sure, he's got a double-double tonight.
Yeah, definitely, as he's really controlled the glass when he's been in there, and he's finished with 13 points.
Yeah, and Beckley probably, and they don't need
11.
to shoot. Yeah, they don't need to shoot. They'll just dribble out the time, and Beckley will double them up to win this game 66-33. So this is by far, from beginning to end, the best game that Beckley has played all year. as they beat Princeton 66-33 as they lead wire to wire. So Beckley with the win now is 1 game over 500. They are 5-4. Princeton will fall to 2 games under 500. They will fall to 5-7. We'll take a break, come back and get you ready for the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show, and we'll do it on the other end of the break here on Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Access Health is your medical home, committed to providing comprehensive health care to ensure the health and well-being of you and your family. Offering a variety of primary care services, Access Health specializes in women's health, pediatrics, family practice, adult medicine, and behavioral health. Our staff offers quality personal care with exceptional service and innovative technology to keep you and your family well. Access Health, we're your medical home.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
And we welcome you back to the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Final score, Beckley beats Princeton tonight, 66-33. Your scoring recap will be brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisors. Whether you're retired or planning on retirement, you can call Heather Cantley at 304-254-9995, and she can walk you through the steps that you'll need to know as you plan for your financial future. Also, tonight's game here in the final recap that I'll get to in just a minute is brought to you by Infinity and United Coal Company. If you want to work close to home, then you can come and join the team at Infinity Coal, located in Sophia, West Virginia. Also, Infinity Coal offers no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company matching 401k plan. Well, Beckley wins the ball game, 66-53. Beckley's now 5-4. Princeton is now 5-7. And Beckley led wire to wire. They scored the first 5 points of the game. They never looked back. They led 18-6 at the end of the quarter. They opened up a 19-point advantage, 33-14 at the break. They led 45-29, and then a great fourth quarter as they outscore Princeton 21-4 to put this game away, 66-33. And I think that anybody that watched it, and of course Eric and I will agree on this, that the best complete game that Beckley's had from the opening tip to the final horn. Once again, final score is 66-33. We'll take a break. When we come back, Eric will go inside the numbers, and we'll do it coming up next here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at MidstateFordWV.com.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
And we welcome you back into the Pioneer Community Bank post-game show. We're going to go inside the numbers of this big Beckley victory, and inside the numbers brought to you by Leisure Lanes. Leisure Lanes is having a Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling on Saturday, February the 10th. $17 a person, $32 a couple. For more information how you can reserve a lane, you can call Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328. Also inside the numbers brought to you by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel locations in Beckley and Princeton. Love me some pig. Cracker Barrel, the old country store. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, got to have me some bacon and some sausage. And what a big win for Beckley tonight, Eric. 66-33. You have the numbers of this big Beckley win.
Sorry, Marison. Defense was the name of the game, I think, tonight. As you can see, Beckley held Princeton to 33 points. Princeton made a total of 13 field goals on the game. And in the first quarter, they held them to 6, and in the fourth quarter, they held them to 4. And that's the story of the game. Princeton was led in scoring by Keon Sorton with 9. Zayden Neely came off the bench to add 7. And their leading scorer, I'm going to give probably for Princeton, I don't have their actual numbers. Nick Fleming had a tough night, was held to 4 points. And they went to the free throw line 4 times and made 2 of them, indicative of Princeton's shooting woes tonight, as they only shot 50% from the free throw line. On the flip side, Beckley had a lot of balance. They had 3 players in double figures and 2 knocking on the door, and led tonight by Kobe Dillon, who knocked down 4 threes and had 18 points. Zion Hawthorne had 9 points and really had a real good floor game. Preston Clary knocked down 3 threes and had 11 points and was 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Jaden Walton had 11 points on the evening, and Drew Fitzwater off the bench came in, played key minutes, had 8 points for Beckley as they shot 6 of 9 at the free throw line.
Yeah, it was a total team victory for Beckley tonight, and only 1 quarter of the third did Princeton score out of double digits. It is really, like I said, as balanced as Beckley was on the offensive end of the floor. I think they were even much better on the defense end of the floor, and I think that set the tone. The defense, and we talked about it way back in the pregame show, of how good the bigs needed to be, and they were. As you talk about Fitzwater off the bench with 8, and you talk about Walton with 11, 19 out of 2 bigs.
And Phillip Law didn't really score, but he controlled a lot of the glass early on as they asserted him in the starting lineup, and they really controlled the glass. And I think that set the tone for the way they played the whole game, because even in a couple of losses, I didn't see that kind of effort from Beckley on the offensive glass or defensive glass. It was like they were passive in rebounding, and they've worked on that.
All right, so I think we need to take one more break. I'm looking at my producer. Do we need to take one more break? We do indeed. So we'll take that final break and come back, and we'll wrap it up, put a bow on this one, and we'll do it on the other side of the break here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
And we'll welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center here at Dave Bardsdale Court, the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Putting our final touches on this big Beckley win, and Eric, a 66-33 win for the Flying Eagles. Your final take of what we've witnessed here tonight.
Well, good team effort for Beckley. If they can bottle up the way they played team defense and rebounded, they'll be in a lot of games, tough games down the stretch, but I think they can play with a lot of people around the state.
The next Beckley game we'll have will be Saturday afternoon, but there'll be a game tomorrow night. I'll join Bill O'Brien here on Video Productions, and we'll have Greenbrier East at Shady. That game, by the way, is scheduled to tip at 7 o'clock. But Saturday afternoon, Beckley's next game against George Washington, that will tip at 4. We'll have it for you, 3:35, our airtime here on Video Productions. And Beckley's going to need the kind of effort that on Saturday afternoon that they had here tonight if they have a chance of beating George Washington.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to need to really, really get after it and play, because you know what you get with George Washington. Well coached, they don't beat themselves, and just a lot of good players.
And George Washington has really gotten the better of Beckley, especially here in recent times. But anyway, that'll do us for the game tonight. For our entire staff here, for Faith Alexander, the brains of the outfit running camera, for the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, who produced and direct. For my partner, happy birthday again, Eric. Eric turned 51 yesterday.
52.
52, that's right, 52. So he is catching up with me.
That's right.
And once again, the final score, Beckley beats Princeton 66-33. I'm Maris Lowry saying good night, everybody.